It's a harsh world out there, and that's why sometimes predators attack young babies because they're easier to prey on. Have you ever seen a jackal go after a baby impala? What about a few dogs taking advantage of a defenseless kitten? If you want to see some little babies in trouble, keep watching as we look at animals hunting baby animals mercilessly to eat them. Number 15. Magpies attack. A duckling is being pursued by an avian animal, but it manages to elude capture. Crows and magpies are meat-eating predatory birds that have been hunting, attacking, and eating the ducklings on this duck pond since the beginning of the duck breeding season. And their attacks are difficult to stop because the ducks lack the skills to adequately defend themselves and their ducklings. This poor little rabbit is being harassed by a vicious magpie, and it doesn't know what to do. Even though it's a baby, it still tries to jump at the magpie. Hopefully, this ended well for the cute bunny. This tiny snake is caught by a deadly magpie, and the bird starts messing around with the snake. It bites and pecks it, and the snake curls up because it's afraid. But it won't survive this attack if the magpie keeps attacking it this way. The magpie doesn't even try to eat it. It just leaves it there. Number 14. Cat attacked. This cat was out and about when it encountered a cute bunny rabbit and decided to choke it. The poor little bunny is seen struggling, desperately trying to get out of the cat's grip. But I don't think it's happening. This cat caught what looks like a duckling, even though it's not easy to tell. House cats like these will not necessarily eat the animals they catch because they are already well fed, unless this cat hunts for its food. This family cat goes on the hunt and catches baby rabbits, pouncing on them so he can devour them whole. Cats are amazing predators, and they strike fast when they see little animals running around. Number 13. Leopard attack. On an early game drive, wildlife enthusiasts noticed this female leopard wandering through the bushes. They watched and followed her for about an hour as she stopped and looked for prey. She immediately positioned herself in stalking mode and sat down next to their vehicle when she strolled past it at one point. They discovered she'd seen a jackal pup behind their vehicle at this point. This pup was one of a litter of 3 that they'd seen the night before in a nearby lair. Their mother was nowhere to be found. This one pup seemed to have gotten lost outside the den that morning and was noticed by this leopard on the lookout for prey. This leopard catches a baby nyala, and like most big cats do, he doesn't kill the little guy right away. He kind of fiddles with it and even lets it go for a swim before grabbing it again. Leopard must be asking the nyala why it's giving him so much trouble. The cat finally grabs his prey and lets it run a little before it kills it. Here is another leopard playing games with a baby buck before the moment of truth. The young animal thinks he's at daycare and was given a beautiful putty cat to play with. However, when the putty cat begins to play rough, the youngster realizes it's the end of the road. This leopard is going for a walk in the tall grass when he stumbles upon a wildcat by fluke. Takes the opportunity to kill the small feline, and it doesn't take long. I'm surprised the wildcat didn't see this coming, so he could run away. Another leopard is engaging in a game of cat and mouse with a newborn impala. It's quite frightening to watch, but it represents the ongoing struggle for survival in the African bush. Number 12. Crow attacks baby rabbit. Crows can be aggressive, and this crow shows us just that when it attacks a small bunny rabbit. An adult jackrabbit comes by and smells the small rabbit while the crow watches until the jackrabbit leaves. Is the small rabbit a jackrabbit and the adult's offspring? If that's the case, the jackrabbit doesn't seem to care too much about what the crow is doing to its offspring. A baby partridge also watches the action. I can't believe how many different types of animals are on this street. This is a residential area. I feel bad for the little bunny, and honestly, the person filming should have intervened. I know it's nature, but it's a defenseless baby. A rabbit built a nest in the front yard of this man's house, so he installed a trail camera to monitor what was going to happen. Crows spotted the nest and attempted to steal one of the chicks, prompting the mother to defend her babies. The mother may be seen attempting to chase the birds away. This crow has just snatched a baby rabbit, and mom is trying to stop the crow from flying away, but it's not able to. It's sad to see the mother react this way after her baby is gone. Number 11. Chicken and swan attacks. For some reason, this swan has something against one of her babies and harasses it incessantly. Small Cygnet tries to get away from her, but it's quite difficult to swim away from mom when she's all over you. The cygnet finally jumps out of the water and remains on land to get some peace. This poor little puppy tries to eat the leftovers of an egg, but doesn't know what hits him when a chicken attacks him relentlessly. The poor puppy tries to avoid the worst, but he's so small and so clumsy, he can't do much. This aggressive swan attacks a duckling and takes it away from its 8 other siblings, killing it easily. I'm surprised the duckling's mother didn't try to defend her duckling. Number 10. Lion versus serval. In our thumbnail, you can see a young lion holding on to what looks like a baby serval, but I'm not 100% sure. It looks kind of big for a serval cub. Nevertheless, whatever it is, it's not going to be around for very long. When a group of lionesses was being followed by safari enthusiasts, one of them suddenly went into stalking mode. Onlookers couldn't find any prey in the area after looking around. The lioness stalked closer to the car before leaping onto a nearby shrub. The guide and his companions were taken aback by what happened next. Pure, unadulterated nature at its finest. The lioness seized a serval, and the serval tried its hardest to fight back, but it was no match for the lioness due to its size. This young serval tries his best to scare away a lion, but when the big cat has had enough, he just pounces on the serval, and that's the end of that. Life in the bush is just not fair. Number 9. Raven, jackdaw, and crow attacks. This jackdaw is pulling these kestrel chicks out of the nest one by one, letting them drop to the ground. The person filming this said he found the 4 baby kestrels on the ground unharmed. So, this jackdaw harassed and attacked the little birds just for fun. I never thought animals could be this cruel. The West End eagle's nest was unattended, and ravens took their opportunity to break 2 of the eggs, eat the chicks, and remove the other egg. I'm thinking the ravens took a big risk. Had the eagles come back, it would have been an entirely different outcome. I guess this is the same jackdaw that harassed these chicks earlier. I guess this is the part where the jackdaw just feels like harassing the babies before he throws them overboard. These chicks look smaller than the ones in the previous video, so this may be another batch. Just a wild guess here. This crow takes advantage of these young eagles when their mother is absent. The crow is definitely trying to kill and eat this youngster by biting into its neck. The video cuts short so we don't see what happens. Number 8. Crow attacks duckling and squirrel. This poor little duckling was attacked by a crow, and you could see it struggling, laying there on its back. Mom keeps going back and forth, not sure of what to do.